Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Saturday, October 11, 2025. And in the news this afternoon, Westmoreland Municipal Corporation pays a tribute to late Councillor Patrick Forrester. The Westmoreland Municipal Corporation has paid a tribute to the late Councillor Patrick Forrester of the People's National Party, Petersfield Division, who lost his life in a motor vehicle crash in Westmoreland on September 17. Tribute to Forrester, who was a first-term councillor, started with the Mayor of Savannah Lamar, Dan Delancey, during Thursday's sitting of the regular monthly general meeting of the corporation. Councillor Delancey said Forrester was eager to serve his division. He noted that for the short time he served as councillor, he left a positive impact. Councillor Forrester got elected last year February, and I can tell you that he did well, running even before he was sworn in officially. He started writing projects and programs, stated Mayor Delancey. So I should say that he actually started before he was sworn in as councillor officially, started making queries as to how and when he could submit projects and programs for his division, added the mayor. He served with a passion, and he served with a compassion. And most of all, I think he served with humility. Never boastful, never puffed up, never wanted to be seen in a non-punctilious manner, but always trying to serve and to give of his best, stated Delancey. The mayor further extended condolences to his family and well-wishers. I want to officially extend the condolences to his family, both immediate and extended. I want to extend the condolences to his constituents. I want to really and truly extend heartfelt condolences to all the lives that he has touched and to all who are mourning his loss at this time. And I want to say that he will be greatly missed. He was here with us for a short while, but believe me, he has indeed left his mark. I want to extend the condolences to his family, both immediate and extended. I want to really and truly extend the condolences, added the mayor. Councillor for the White House Division, Michael Jackson, who knew Forrester for more than 30 years, said the former councillor was someone who took interest in both the people and his division and the traveling public. He was strident in his defense for the traveling public, as he was the president for the Petersfield Taxi Association, where he was the voice of the taximen, commuters, and owners of public passenger vehicles, stated Councillor Jackson. Councillor for the Little London Division, Ian Miles, expressed a similar sentiment. Forrester is expected to be laid to rest in November. Dawes calls for less stigma, more national action on mental health. Opposition spokesperson on health and wellness, Dr. Alfred Dawes, has called for a radical shift in the approach to mental health, from silence and stigma to national action and investment. Friday marked World Mental Health Day. This year's theme, Access to Services, Mental Health in Catastrophes and Emergencies, resonates deeply with our Jamaican reality. Dr. Dawes said from the trauma of violent crime to the mental toll of economic hardship to the anxiety caused by natural disasters, the nation is living through multiple crises. He said now is the time to ensure access to mental health care as an essential right. Dr. Dawes urged the policymakers to recognize that mental health is not a peripheral concern, but a critical issue of life, dignity, and national development.
Far too many of our brothers and sisters are suffering in silence, ashamed, overlooked, or dismissed, while depression, anxiety, addiction, and other mental health challenges erode lives across every community and every social class. Yet, for all this suffering, our mental health services remain woefully under-resourced, with too few professionals, too little funding, and too much stigma. When a young person battling depression is told to shake it off, when an employee in crisis is penalized instead of supported, when a community member struggling with schizophrenia is abandoned on our streets, then we as a society have failed in our responsibility to care.
48-hour curfew extended in Linstead, St. Catherine. The 48-hour curfew that was imposed in sections of Linstead, St. Catherine on Wednesday, October 8, has been extended for another 48 hours. The curfew began on Friday, October 10 at 6 p.m. and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Sunday, October 12. The areas of the curfew are as follows. Commodore Linstead, north from the Linstead bypass, traveling along an imaginary line to a vegetated area above a parochial road. South from the Buena Vista Boulevard, traveling along an imaginary line to the Linstead bypass. East from the vegetated area above Parochial Road, traveling towards Buena Vista Boulevard. West from the beginning of the northern boundary to the end of the southern boundary. Banbury Linstead, north from Tenza Bar and Grocery, traveling along an imaginary line to a section of the Victoria Main Road. South from the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ, Linstead, traveling along an imaginary line to a parochial road called Canal Road. East from a section of the Victoria Main Road, traveling to the First Church of Our Lord Jesus Christ, Linstead. West from the ending of the southern boundary to the beginning of the northern boundary. In Trinity Linstead, north from the Rodney Hall Road, traveling along an imaginary line to the bridge at 4th Street in Linstead. South from the intersection of 4th Street and King Street, traveling to the intersection of King Street and Rodney Hall Road. East from the bridge at 4th Street, traveling to the intersection of 4th Street and King Street. West from the intersection of King Street and Rodney Hall Road to the beginning of the northern boundary. During the curfew, individuals within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Police charge a man after beating and stabbing in St. James. A St. James man has been charged in connection with a group attack that left another man nursing serious wounds in Bamble Lawn, Lilliput earlier this year. Charged with wounding with intent is 30-year-old Duran Adlam of Ocean Heights, Lilliput, St. James. Reports from the Barrett Town Police are that about 8 p.m. on Sunday, April 20, a man was walking along the roadway when Adlam and several other men allegedly attacked him, stabbing and beating him. The injured man managed to escape and later reported the incident to the police. Adlam was arrested during the investigation and later charged after being interviewed. His court date has not yet been finalized, and the police are still searching for his accomplices. School security guard found chopped to death at home. A man identified as 65-year-old Wayne Robinson was discovered chopped to death at his home on Old Road in the Moorland Hill community of Westmoreland on Friday morning. Robinson's body was found with chop wounds to his head and neck. Residents and their family members described Robinson as a stern, no-nonsense man, but said he was not deserving of such a gruesome death. Robinson worked as a night shift security guard at the Landilo School for Special Education and was scheduled to be at work Friday evening. This tragedy comes less than a week after a student from the same institution was struck by a vehicle along the Nonpareil Main Road. Police investigators have launched a probe into the circumstances surrounding Robinson's death. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.